This is section 14.1, page 4. Example D says, these graphs show a breakdown of how a typical full-time college student spends a typical weekday. Okay, so they broken their 24 hours in the day up into different categories. So this is how much time they spend sleeping. This is how much time they spend doing leisure and sports. This is how much time working. This is how much time on education. So this is how much time they spend eating and drinking, and so forth. Okay, so you have this chart that shows you a picture, which this is considered a bar graph. And then you have a table that lists everything in 2 columns. Okay, so first of all, when you look at it, which one do you feel is easier to get the information from quickly? So that's kind of a personal thing. Maybe you like the pictures, maybe you like the chart. Either way, it's, personal preference here. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the next question. In which activity do college students spend the most time? Well, if we look at the chart, what do we notice there? We notice that this is the tallest bar, so they spend the most amount of time, 8.7 hours, sleeping. Okay, so we're going to say sleep and 8.7 hours. It doesn't ask you how many hours, but you can just go ahead and put that in. All right, and you could get it from this chart too, but you would have to scan every single number, so it takes a little longer. You'd have to make sure that nothing was bigger than that 8.7, whereas here you can clearly see that that bar is taller. In which activity do college students spend the least time? Okay, so if we look through here, what's the smallest bar? 0.8, grooming. I think that's kind of interesting. Okay, and we'll put 0.8 hours. Okay, so if you're looking here, you'd be looking for the smallest number. You'd have to keep track of what it was as you went through. How much time do college students spend eating/drinking? Well, we can look here to find it. Maybe it would be this one would be a little easier to go through and go, oh, eating, drinking, 1 hour. So they spend 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you can use that chart. Okay, let's go on to the next one. The graph displays the starting salaries of the 2016 graduating class of Tasmania State University. What is the highest starting salary shown? Sorry about that. What is the highest starting salary shown? So if we look at this graph, we have to make sure we understand it. These are percent of graduating students. That's what this part is. And here are the salaries. So if we want the highest, we start at 40,000 here. We go all the way up to 70 to 75,000. Okay, now what is the highest starting salary shown? Well, it looks like it's between 70 and 75. We can't really say it's 75. We don't know positively. We just know it's in that range. Okay, it is between 70 plus to 75. And these are in the thousands. Let's say, I don't like the way I wrote that. Let's try that again. Let's say it is between $70,000 and $75,000. Okay, and we know it's positively bigger than 70 because the 70s go in this one. Okay, what is the lowest starting salary shown? Well, that would be this range. This is the 40 to 45. So between 40 plus, well, let's just write 1,000. 40,000 and 45,000. Again, we need some dollar signs on that. Okay, and then next we would say that what is the most popular salary range? Most popular would be the one with the tallest bar, so that's here, 50 plus to 55. 50 plus to 55, which means between 50,000 and 55,000. Okay. What percent of the students fall in that range? Well, let's look. 50 to 55. That's over 30. It's less than 35. It looks like about 32. And we would say approximately 32% fall in this range. Okay, lastly, what percentage of the students will make more than 60,000? Well, we're talking about these last three boxes, aren't we? So we're talking about this one, and this one. Okay, so this one here looks like it's more than 10, about 12%. Okay, so if we do 60 plus 70, that's approximately 12%. And then the 65 plus to, oh, did that wrong. 60 to 65. Okay, and this is to 70. And that would be exactly 5%. And then the 70 plus 275, that looks like it's about 2%. So when we add that up, what do we get? That gives us 19%. So we would say approximately 19% of the students make more than $60,000. Sounds like a good place to go to school. Okay, after this, you can go ahead and go on to page 5 of section 14.1.